Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing Transformers Studio Series Darker Than Moon Soundwave. Now this is a figure I've been waiting for a long time because I missed it the first time. There's a rerun recently enough, and I was super excited to open this. So this is from my favorite Transformers movie, and it turns into a Mercedes SLS AMG, which is really awesome. Like other releases from its time, it does come with the background display stand, and ignore my cat that's right there, she was having the zoomies. The instructions are pretty short and they're relatively fine, they make sense, which is fun. So I do appreciate that. Now this figure does come with Laserbeak, which is awesome, and he's even able to perch on his arm and on the car mode, which is even better. So bonus points for that. Soundwave looks relatively threatening and accurate in robot mode and vehicle mode. It's fun. My overall opinion though is it's a little short. Like it feels a lot shorter than he should be compared to Megatron and Starscream, but that's okay. Laserbeak isn't that very decorated, but also not the end of the world. I have a couple complaints about this figure. Unfortunately, this is not something I recommend, which is rare. I usually love like all figures, but this one, I know it was just like 35 bucks, but it's small, it's clunky, and it's disappointing. Actually, I had a piece break on me mid-transformation, so that was extremely disappointing because that's never happened to me before. Anyways, for the transformation, we're gonna roll the legs upwards like so. It's gonna create the rear of the vehicle, and then you just connect everything together. Then you can unfold his backpack to form the top of the car, and this is where things get a little tricky. You're gonna want to unpin the front bumper of the car, which is his chest, from his torso, which is really hard. You have to force it a lot, and I know that it was my first time doing it, but it shouldn't be as hard as it was. After that, you can connect the back piece to his legs, which is fun because you already see the shell outline of the car. And then after that, you open up the window, and then you're able to hide his hands in there, which is fine. Generic stuff, fun stuff. And then you can rotate the arms, and then you see that it sort of starts to form the door, and then his shoulder flaps, you can bring them all the way upwards, and then bring the arms all the way upwards, and then they'll tab in place, and then you have the doors. Now after that, I didn't realize that the headlights were already there, because it's supposed to be in a different orientation that you're supposed to turn it into this, but I've noticed that it pops off every single time I try to turn it. It's almost impossible to do it, which is extremely annoying and feels like a design flaw, because initially it's supposed to look something like that, and then you're supposed to turn it into the headlights. Another concern I have about this figure is just that there's no weapon. I know he uses a blaster in the movie. It would have been awesome to just see that, but unfortunately this is another point where this figure disappointed me. The arms do just kind of come down and then tab with the rest of the figure to create like the doors. Unfortunately, I struggled for a lot because I didn't realize that that torso piece that you separated from the chest piece earlier does not need to be all the way in the way that I had put it. So I struggled for a little bit, but here you can see that I was able to close it once you put it a little bit higher, and then that way the speakers don't really get in the way. After that, all that's left is to bring the head all the way inside by pushing it back, and then you're able to close the car. This part took me 25 minutes off screen because the way that they designed it is it just makes the head almost impossible to turn backwards. There's a gap that is impossible to clear. You can clear it forward, but you can't tilt the head all the way upside down like that, so you have to do it backwards. I had to use a spoon to leverage all my strength in order to do that, and it felt like I was going to break the figure. Anyways, once you're able to get that little whole thing through, you're able to squeeze the head all the way and rotate everything, which is also its own challenge, but not nearly as difficult as the first part was. And then after that, you're able to just kind of slide everything upwards after making sure everything is aligned, and it kind of clicks into place really awkwardly, and the finished product looks good. Like it looks like the Mercedes, which is fine, and it's like good. It's a solid car. It's just the transformation absolutely sucks. So for that, I'm actually giving this figure like a 4, maybe even a 3, because it disappointed me so much after waiting for years. Laserbeak does go on his top, which is neat, but overall, no weapon and a horrible transformation really destroyed my opinion of this figure. And as you're about to see, I actually break it sometime soon. So head, you're able to put it back into place totally fine because there's no issues there. The hands were a little hard to unpin, but eventually we got through that. And then, actually, I was so annoyed with this, I didn't even film a short to post on TikTok or anything. I just said I'm never transforming this guy again. But yeah, you can bring the arms all the way up. And then these headlights you'll have to move, shift, and unpin. And then obviously this fell. It popped right off. And then it sort of creates this opening on as it does here. It's awkward. It doesn't really look that good. Honestly, it might be better to just display him with the fully done up front, but oh well. This is how it's meant to be. I want to show you guys what it's supposed to look like. It's just very awkward to do. As for the legs, at least those guys are pretty simple. You just kind of separate them and then move everything downwards. It creates that weird, awkward giant foot, tiny leg thing. And after that, you just have to untab the arm piece from the shoulder piece. And this is where the pin that tabs it in actually snapped clean off because, well, it just wasn't able to untab properly. I tried massaging it, loosening it up and everything, and it just, boom. And it broke super easily, which was very frustrating and annoying. But after that, you can revert the figure back to robot form with the hands. But anyways, I do not recommend this. I kind of just recommend people to go for a third party. I'm even sure that it got fixed with the knockoff of this, but solid 3 out of 10 figure for me. It's ugly. The face sculpt looks really bad compared to the movies. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I guess this is my first Don't Buy a series. Anyways, have a great day. Bye-bye.